I'm not a politician. I don't know much about politics. I'm not an expert. That's my disclaimer. I'm merely an entertainer, a public speaker, an entrepreneur, businessman, and somebody who is a concerned, patriotic South African. All right, let's get into this video. Okay, let me put it this way. Everybody has been talking about the latest government of national unity. I'm an ordinary guy in the street that stands in the taxis, that the taxi rank. I've been blessed, obviously. But at the same time, I'm like that guy who doesn't understand much about politics. Ask me about music. Ask me about entrepreneurship. Ask me about hustling. Ask me about TV. Ask me about radio. Right? Politics, I'm also like a lot of the masses of South Africans, but I'm a voter, and I voted. And I'm a parent. I'm a family leader, so I am concerned about where my country is going. That's my disclaimer. Looking at all of the reports that are out there, a post on Twitter, or formerly Twitter, now X, grabbed my attention. And this is from a tweep. We used to call them tweeps back then. I don't know what they're called now. Who's always posting on social media, very well informed about current affairs, always informs us. And the name is Nala Togozani. They go by the name TK Nala on Twitter. They posted something so interesting, which I thought, let me do a video on it. I'm going to read the statement so you guys get it. This is her. I don't believe the ANC fully understood the implications of Section 18 and Section 19 of the GNU Statement of Intent. The section refers to 60% of the seats in the National Assembly, not 60% of the GNU agreed. Not the 60% of the GNU composition. This essentially means that the ANC agreed that they will not be able to make any decisions without the approval of the DA. Statement of intent of the Government of National Unity. I'm going to read all the way to number 7 quickly, without wasting your time. Number 1, preamble. South Africa has made strides since 1994 towards establishing a non-racial, non-sexist, united and democratic society, improving the lives of all who live in it. We are building a democratic state guided by a progressive constitution and a system of institutions that aim to translate the values of the constitution into practice. That's number 1. Number 2, the 2024 national and provincial election was highly contested and at times divisive. The results of the election have the potential to foment further political and social fragmentation. Relatively low levels of voter turnout and registration suggest growing alienation from the political system. Number 3, at this historic juncture, we must act to ensure stability and peace, tackling the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment, and inequality, entrench our constitutional democracy and the rule of law, and to build a South Africa for all its people. The people of South Africa expect us to work together as political parties to achieve these objectives, to usher in a new era of peace, justice, and prosperity for all. Number 4, the people of South Africa expect us to work together. Number 5, it is in context that we as political parties that participated in the 2024 elections and received seats in the national and provincial legislatures pledge to cooperate through a voluntary government of national unity. Number 6, the Government of National Unity 2024, abbreviated GNU 2024, shall include cooperation in both executive and the legislature. Number 7, the parties reaffirm our collective commitment to the founding values of the Constitution and to the preamble to the Constitution, which reads, "We, the people of South Africa, recognize the injustices of our past, honor those who suffered for justice and freedom in our land, respect those who have worked to build and develop our country, and believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it. United in our diversity, we therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopt this constitution as the supreme law of the Republic. Now, this comes from a publication from the ANC Today, Voice of the African National Congress, Conversations with the President, Statement of Intent of the Government of National Unity. This was posted by TK Nala, who says, I don't believe the ANC fully understood the implications of Section 18 and Section 19 of the Government National Unity Statement of Intent. The section referred to 60% of the seats in the National Assembly, not 60% of GNU composition. This essentially means that the ANC agreed that they will not be able to make any decisions without the approval of the DA. It's very understandable because the ANC did not win the outright majority that they're used to for the past 30 years, that we all grew up under, because they liberated us. And we all know that apartheid was an injustice, and apartheid was ruled as a crime against humanity the world over, globally. We know that. And the ANC was that party that liberated us as the black people of South Africa. But over the different previous elections, all the way up until today, we've seen the ruling party coming from a very big majority, which was a 2/3 majority, all the way to where it is right now, which is below 50%, that uGog Helen Zille has predicted. She predicted this from years ago, and it's been pretty much the plan. It's been out there in the public. Some of the ANC leaders have been saying it in some of their rallies, some of their speeches, that the aim of the so-called enemy is to divide and conquer us, is to divide us into many parties so they can be able to conquer us. Is that true? Is that not? We don't know. Who is the enemy? We don't know. But a lot of people are saying the ANC could have chosen a coalition with other black political parties as opposed to having had a coalition with the DA. The ANC won the elections, bigger than any other political party at 40%, but which is a very big drop from their 57% from the previous election. And you can attribute that drop to a lot of issues. The emergence of the MK, other political parties, their voter campaign or election campaign, a whole lot of things, man, a whole lot of things. But where we are right now, you find a situation where it is the inauguration of the president today, being the, what's the date today? Today is the 19th of June. The 19th of June, incredible political leaders, even some other statement from the African continent, are in the country, in Pretoria, in Tshwane, for the presidential inauguration. But at the same time, there's all these issues that are being spoken about out there, even on social media, on Twitter, that instead of us celebrating the inauguration, just like what it has happened in other inaugurations in other years previously, we'd all be glued to our TV screens, we'd all just be talking about the inauguration. But right now, because of what has just happened, everybody's talking politics, including people like myself, who are not that astute or very well informed when it comes to politics, but who do follow politics and who do care about the future of this country, and who are parents and who do care about the future of our children. Now, I just thought, let me just read, this tweet, share it with all of you guys, and TK Nala, which you can follow on Twitter. I'm gonna put the link of a social media account, or Twitter account or X account on the description. Click and just follow her. She continues on the comment section of her previous tweet to tweet this or to post this on her X account. Kusazoba nzima. Read section 13. A strategic session will be held to agree on the GNU policy agenda and policy priorities. Mind you, these are parties that have opposing manifestos. Section 19 in brackets 3, will kick in to veto any bulldozing by the ANC. Read the rest of the comments. But then again, there's just another concern where we are all concerned about the future of our country. We are patriotic South Africans. We care about the future of our country, and we live in a non-racial society where we all have to come together to put our heads together, our ideas together, our resources together, our minds together to help this country propel and move forward for the sake and the future of our children. We don't want this country to go down the drain. That's why even ordinary people like myself, who are not politicians, who are not in politics, do care about what's going on in politics. Whether you are in politics or you're not in politics, especially with these elections. Only now I truly understand what they've been saying during the election campaigns, when a lot of people have been saying, this is our 1994. I understood it in my own way. I comprehended it in my own way. But with what's happening right now, now I truly understand what that statement meant when people are saying, this is our 1994. That's just food for thought. You do the dishes. Danko.